hello again. We are going to do example 3, and we're going to be using our properties of real numbers. So example 3 is going to be 3x minus 7 equals 2x plus 5. Now to solve this equation, I want to use the inverse property of addition twice. So we're going to use the inverse property of addition. And we're going to use it twice. We're going to use it on the 7. So this is negative 7. The inverse of negative 7 is positive 7. So I'm going to put plus 7. And I want to put plus 7 on the other side of the equal sign too. Now, it doesn't make sense to put plus 7 underneath the 2x because that is an x. That is not a like term to 7. So we're going to put the plus 7 underneath the 5 because that is a number and 7 is a number. And now we're also going to use the inverse property of addition with the 2x. This is positive 2x. The additive inverse of 2x is negative 2x. And we're going to line that up below the 3x over here. So negative 2x. And now we're going to simplify. 3x minus 2x is 1x. Negative 7 plus 7 is going to be plus 0. And this is going to equal 2x minus 2x. That's going to be 0 plus 5 plus 7 is 12. And as you can see, we have a step where we have the identity property of addition. Remember, we can skip this step. We don't have to write 0. We can go straight to 1x equals 12. And once again, I have the identity property of multiplication here with the 1 times x. I don't need that. I can just say x equals 12. So both of these steps right here can be skipped. You can skip these steps. You can go from 3x to just x, and then from 5 and 7 to just 12, and there is our solution. Okay, so there's example 3. I'm gonna pause for a second so you can finish writing. If you need to press pause. Okay, so now let's go to example 4. And example 4 is 2 parentheses 3x minus 4 close parentheses equals 10. Now, notice I have a number in front of a parentheses, and inside the parentheses we're adding. I know you see subtraction, but subtraction is simply adding a negative. We're adding 3x and negative 4, okay? So we have distributive property that we can use. So we're going to use distributive property. And the distributive property says to multiply this number times both of these terms. So we're going to multiply 2 times 3 and 2 times negative 4. So 2 times 3x, not 3, minus 2 times 4 equals 10. And now we're going to simplify. 2 times 3 is 6, so this is 6x, minus 2 times 4, that's going to be 8, equals 10. And now we can use the inverse property of addition. So we're going to use the inverse property of addition. And we're going to add 8 right here because this is a negative 8, so we're going to add 8. And we get 6, but this is 0, 6x, sorry. We get 6x, and then negative 8 plus 8 is 0, so I don't need to write that. That's going to be part of the identity property. So we're going to skip that, and that equals 10 plus 8 is 18. And now we're going to use the inverse property of multiplication. I ran out of room. That's okay. That's multiplication. And we're going to divide by the 6 on both sides, which gives me 1, which we can skip. 1 times x is just x, which equals 18 divided by 6, which is 3. So there is our solution. And this step right here, where we're distributing and showing what that means, we can normally skip that step too. You can jump from 2 times 3x to just 6x, and 2 times -4 to just -8, and then bring down the 10. So this step right here can be skipped for the most part, okay? So that is example 4, okay? Any questions? Please text me on Remind 101.